Hey, Wicked.
Hello, how is everyone? Happy belated Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope it was filled with merriment
Everybody in the
and harvest and thanks.
It was. I've never felt so thankful for an Italian sister in law because I had two places to be on Thanksgiving. So I had turkey for the first meal and then I had Italian for the second.
Good.
Yeah, my brother makes ravioli from scratch and it's delicious. We didn't have lasagna this year. We just had the ravioli and spaghetti, and then they had like meatballs and spaghetti, or not spaghetti, pepperoni, and then there was some other meat that I didn't quite know what that was.
It's just like crazy Italian food. Is that what you said? Get me a hankering of that crazy Italian food.
Right.
Is that what you said to them?
I did.
Back and forth.
I said, "Give me that Italian ravioli."
And while you're at it, give me 2 of them chicken vaginas.
Exactly. Give me some of that gravy. No, not that turkey gravy. The gravy.
All right. Turkey vaginas. Okay, so
vaginas. Give me that some of guacamole.
Okay, so who do we have here? Let's see. Hello, StreamYard. Sly, Roxanne, Wicked, Jewel, Patricia with a C, Ellie, Susie Q, Videos, Ellie, again, 58, 222, Ruth Ann, Linda, Rhonda, Little Shoe, I think I said hi again, J Freak, Tony Ann, Pamela K, Hunter, Rowe, Pipsqueak. The only one on camera tonight is Brooklyn Girl. Look at her.
Look at you.
I missed you guys.
You rarely wear your hair down.
I know. I just got done working 3 minutes ago. I was so nervous I was going to be late.
You know, John, he's always late.
I love it.
Okay, I'm going to show you my hair just so you can.
I saw that picture of you on Instagram. You look so good.
Thank you. It was a process.
I went darker. You went lighter.
This is actually a 6.
But to hold your face back.
What were you?
It was a 7. It's a 6 warm copper. And then she put highlights in it. And then I realized I hate highlights. So then she went back over and there's some lowlights in here.
No, she has lowlights. I wish
she put something else on it. And then, I was
like
4 hours.
She probably glazed it or toned it. I wish I would have taken a picture. The girl that just left. What's happening?
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's going on?
John has a bad tooth infection.
What do you mean?
He said it. All 4 of his teeth.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm cool. I'm good.
Let me see it. Go on camera now.
Yeah, no.
Let me see it.
Hello, Yolanda from the Netherlands. Wow, we're international.
No, I'm good.
I want to see it.
November wasn't bad enough for me, being riddled with Rona for like the first 2 weeks of it. And then, let's end it with a rip-roaring tooth infection.
Are you on antibiotic?
That is plugged into my ears, my nose, it's a 5-alarm fire in my face at all goddamn times.
John, let me see.
I think I've slept maybe 45 minutes every, 15th hour since. And this started on Thursday when Addie was still here. And it just.
Do you have it on one side or both sides?
Oh, it's both sides. It's rampant. It's like it's Custard's last stand with my teeth being Custard and me being the last stand, and my teeth are like, y'all, let's just all band together and get him. Like, let's just all join forces, and and I am losing the battle right now.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Is there pus?
I can't say that on a live. Dirty.
I didn't know we were live yet. Sorry.
We've been live this whole time.
Well, hi guys. I didn't know. I'm switching my color, talking about hair dye. I didn't know. God knows what I could have said. John,
But yes,
I'm not happy with you.
there's some light pus if it lights up your board a little bit.
I'm not happy with you right now.
Yes. I would say at least try to get
I think like light pus should have been the title of the Sister Wives recap, because I think light pus would be the best way to describe it. To be honest with you,
Is there a light smell?
is it odor? Are you asking if it's odorous?
Is there a smell to it?
Oh my god!
Guys, I didn't know we were live. Don't look at what I look like. I thought we were going on. Don't ask what I thought.
It's okay. We
Oh,
can
you
turn
really
off
didn't
the
think we were
camera.
live?
John has given us permission.
No, I
turn
swear
off
to
the
God,
cameras.
I didn't think, you know what, like how we're on, then we're live. That's what I thought happened. Sorry.
Oh yeah, we've been live the whole time that you've been talking.
Yeah, you didn't say anything.
But you didn't say anything bad. See,
Okay.
you're a good person.
Sorry.
We're just talking about her.
I'm going to see that infection tonight before I go to sleep. I'll tell you that. Because he knows I'm going to be pissed that he's not taking care of it.
Well, there's different levels of things that I have to go through with this, but that's not really here nor there. Good to have you back,
Good to
How
be
was
here.
Italy?
Miss Globetrotter.
Whew. Guys, I went to Disney. And John knows this was none of this was expected. I went to Disney for 5 days, came home for 5 days, and then went to Italy for 14 days. And now I came home for
And
one.
everybody feel bad for her, guys. She's so like, oh my god, you poor thing.
I know.
Everybody feels so bad for her. Like, oh my
Well,
god,
you guys
you
know
traveled
because
all
I-
that much in such a
You guys know
short
I'm so
amount of
rich.
time.
And, no, kidding.
You traveled more than I've ever traveled in my 44 years of living in your 12 days. But
well,
that's
listen.
okay.
Let's just say this. I am proud to be American, and this is the best country on earth. No matter what crap is going on here right now, just be happy that we live in America.
True.
Because after like the 7th day in Italy, and I love Italy, it's my parents' country. We have a home there, we have family there. But after like the 7th day, I was like to my mother, I was like, I just want to go home and see a 7-Eleven or a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts. And here's the thing, guys. I don't know if you know this, but like, not just in like certain parts of Italy, but like in the whole country, you have to eat dinner by 2:00. Okay. And if you don't, you're not eating until 8:00 at night. I mean, if you need to food shop, if you need to go get a shirt, if you need to go to the pharmacy, you need to do that before 1:30. Because if you don't, they are not open till 8:00 and you are screwed. And I mean, that's it. Like the kids get out of school at 1:00, they go home, they eat dinner, they don't go back. Like that's dinner, and then lunch is at about 8:00 at night. And that's just how it is. So if you're there like me and you don't live there and you want to do things, you better figure it out for 6 hours.
So there's no Gap like that's open.
No, there's no Target, there's no Gap, there's none of that stuff. And again, we're in Rome. It's not like we're in like, a little village, and I'm telling you that they're closing and that's it.
That's crazy.
Like if you have
No
your
McDonald's.
local ShopRite or your local, whatever store you have by you where you go food shopping, that store is closing at 1:30 and it's opening again at 7:30 at night, and that's just it. And granted, there are some places in like tourist, wherever there are tourists, you'll have places that will be open all day. But in where there's like, houses and like the normal parts of Italy without, all the tourists and all that, they're closed.
That's crazy.
Did you bring your slot guide with you?
Yeah. Did your casino host pay for the?
So here's
Yes.
the thing: there are no casinos in Italy,
Oh.
but I managed to find scratch-offs every day.
That's all that matters.
Yep, I found me some scratch-offs.
So we're gonna have to go to like Monte Carlo then, right?
Oh, Monte Carlo was great. Have you been?
No.
Oh, I'm guessing you have.
I have, and it was I only went for like 2 days, but it was amazing. And on this trip, I will tell
Monte
you,
Carlo is like where like James Bond goes to
it's
gamble.
exactly
By the
like
way,
that.
guys,
Like the casino
like
in Monte Carlo,
that's
you don't walk into the casino in Monte Carlo with sneakers on. I mean, it's exactly what you think. You go to that place dressed. It's amazing. But I will tell you, on this trip, even though we went because my grandma's not doing well, we got away for 2 days and we took my daughter, because I took my daughter with me, to the Amalfi Coast, and that was amazing. We went to a little town called Cava. I mean, everybody thinks Positano, but that's so overrated. If you're gonna ever visit the Amalfi Coast, there's so many better things than Positano. And I visited the Duomo where San Mateo is buried. He's Saint Mateo. Gorgeous, just gorgeous.
I saw your pictures. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
I was living through you.
It was really special. It was.
John, people are telling you to go get antibiotics because an infection can go to the brain very quickly.
yeah, no,
I
I'm
was
aware.
not. I don't want to be dramatic here, but I do have an aunt who had a very bad mouth infection. Didn't want to go to the doctor because she hates a dentist. And let's just say we wound up in the emergency room, and the doctor told my grandmother she was 1 day away from not so good stuff because it can go to the brain. So I don't want
I
to.
know. I trust me.
I really would
I
like you to get an antibiotic.
Yeah, just try to go to your primary care doctor and see if they can just give you antibiotics at least.
Okay. So let's talk about the show.
Get off topic.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. So,
where you want to start? How Cody and Mary and Robin have the conversation that ejects Mary from the household henceforth.
I mean, do they really need to have that conversation for her to eject herself?
I think they had it for Robin because here's my thought. Now, just let me get this out. I think Robin wants a plural marriage. Like, she's fine with Mary being in the family and she's fine with Janelle. She doesn't want Christine.
She's fine with people who know that she's out and have no chance of being with Cody, monopolizing his time. Yeah, I'd be fine with that too if I were her.
Right. You know, Christine still has Truly, who's, 8, 9, 10, somewhere around there. She still needs a father.
Truly is like on Social Security. I just saw her at the seniors line at McDonald's getting herself a senior coffee and a fillet of fish. That's how old Truly is.
So Truly
First
still
time I
like,
saw.
hey, can you pick Truly up from school? Hey, Truly has play practice. So she's okay with the others because.
Hey, can you pick Truly up from the center? Bingo ended 5 years ago.
So, Janelle's fine with, the occasional drive-by, let's have sex and leave. Savannah can take care of herself. Mary, if he's even reasonably nice to her, she's okay with that. But, I think it finally that Robin saw her selfishness and was like, okay, I'm going to cry because we're not sitting on our porch with our, sister wives and grandchildren and great grandchildren. But we can go on.
Why did I just say that? Just saying that my sister wife.
I still think this timeline is super weird.
As much as I don't like Cody for so many reasons, I mean, I couldn't believe when Janelle said he hasn't called his daughter in 6 weeks.
Right.
My dad calls me every day, if not every other day, and I'm 41 years old. But as much as I dislike him, there are things he said in this episode, and then if we're going to talk about the part 1, I mean, I have to tell you, he says straight up that he thought he knew what love was. He married super young, and it wasn't until he married Robin that he realized that
he knew what love was. Come on.
Listen, he said that he never had a relationship that was so easy and that he never knew that this kind of love existed. But guess what? Christine says the same thing now about her husband now. She says, I thought I was in love with Cody. I saw her in an interview yesterday that she did with one of the outlets. And she said, you know, because they're on their press tour now, her and Janelle. She said, like, it is true. Like, I kind of understand what Robin and Cody have now.
Ew, hibbity bibbity, I'm British. No. God, sorry.
Thank you, Wicked. And she said, I understand what Robin and Cody have now because I think David is my first love too.
But do you think the idea of polygamy, that a romantic love is ever involved?
You know what? I don't know. I mean, I guess unless you're a polygamist and you've been through it, but I have to feel like some of these men are in love with their wives, no?
Yeah, but let me say something. Like, Cody started this show, back in 2012 or 2011, right? We've all been watching it since day one, where he wanted to come clean to the world, like, you know, like where like polygamy is cool. It's not just a bunch of like Warren Jeffs followers, and like we don't always marry like 12-year-old girls, and you know, we're not collecting off the system, which I respected. And you know, in the same breath, he's saying like, listen, I had these 3 wives, and I have 13 kids between them, and we're making it work. And, you know, I want to show the world that yes, polygamy does work. And then now we hear him say, you know, 13 years later, 12, however many years later, well, I never loved any of them. And it wasn't really till I was on TV and met Robin that I loved her. So like, what were you trying to prove? That you managed to make 3 marriages work without ever loving them, and you faked it? Because he says it later on that you faked it. So like, what were you trying to prove exactly?
Do you think?
Which is why I feel like, you know, I think he's Monday morning quarterbacking and looking back and saying, oh, you know, until I met Robin, I didn't have this great love of my life. And I really didn't love Mary. And now I really didn't love Janelle. Janelle is simple. You know, we're best friends. We could have made it work. You know, Christine, no.
But here's the thing. You guys don't see it. Like, it's as clear as day. I don't think he ever loved Christine. He wasn't even attracted to her.
No, he said that though. Yeah, but he said about Mary and Janelle. The only one he was attracted to was Robin. And like, I guess her hips don't lie. I don't know why, but Robin.
I don't know. I think that he married Mary really young. And
they were teenagers.
I think that he thought that's what love was. I think that he thought that's what it was to be attracted, to want to get married, to embrace this lifestyle. Do I think, listen, I got to tell you, I believe that he never loved any of them the way he loves Robin.
That I do believe, but I do think that he loved his wives. I mean, you know, here he's talking about like, oh, you know, I didn't vet them as well as I should have. It's not a job candidate. Like, you know, they're not going for an FBI background check. There's no vetting involved. You know, you were just so into this polygamy thing and multiple go forth and multiply. Did you really sit down to think, what is it about?
Blockbuster Video did a better job of vetting their employees than Cody did vetting his wives.
Possibly. I have to tell you, and for some reason, I believe the only one that I think he did love was Janelle.
I don't know.
With Peyton, he said that, you know, prior to Robin, that you haven't missed 2 hours, Sherry. Prior to Robin, that
no, we've been live for 19 minutes. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Mary was the chosen one.
Really?
Yeah. And, you know, and then when Robin came in, the dynamics started switching. And I do believe that he found true love with Robin and he didn't know what to do with it.
Wow. I'm so happy for him.
I just want to say thank you, Perfectly Imperfect, for saying that. Thank you. Yeah, I believe that.
You know, I think it's sad, but this timeline, I said it in the last, you weren't here, but it feels like they filmed for a little while, stopped, filmed for a little while, or if they filmed during that whole time, they just cut it. Because we're still only in October of 21.
It's
Yeah, and
all a mishmash.
Because it felt like this season ended very abruptly.
I mean,
You
it
know.
kind of got boring a little bit. Not gonna lie, it kind of did.
Yeah, I mean, it just
Last season was so great. Like, that would be a hard season to follow. On any standard.
See, I think this season is really good.
No, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not as good as last season. I mean, it's not.
I mean, a lot of stuff's happening here.
No, yeah.
well,
But
and
like-
I think that they cut the season because we know that the wedding was filmed. So they chopped the season off abruptly so that they have at least one more
I think
season.
so too. That's exactly what I thought, Wicked.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, okay,
They got to
Yeah.
get it in there.
they're going to navigate, how it is with David and, how he integrates to the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I do.
But we learned that Mary says, there were problems, that she felt emotionally abandoned well before her catfish.
Yeah,
And,
I believe that too.
Cody finally admits that he's not married to her, but he says all these things in private, because he doesn't want in public. Why does he want in public? Well, we already know he's an ass.
Well, he doesn't want to look like more of a jerk.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late. But yeah, so Christine and Janelle are vacationing in Idaho and they go camping.
The two of them
Cody's
make
just-
some team, huh?
Yeah, like Cody's
all
mad because they're getting along
Cody's-
and they should have gotten along this whole time while they were sister wives. But he's like, they're like, yeah, we're still
I
sister
never really
wives.
saw them kill each other. I mean, they weren't like a problem.
Right. I think that he does feel like Christine chose a side.
Well,
Because, with like the Christmas and
I
you
think
know,
that they bonded over their issues they have with him. I think they bonded. First of all, hold on a second. These women have the bulk of the children. Let's not forget.
Exactly.
So Janelle and Christine have like what?
A
12
dozen.
out of his 17 kids.
They have
So-
12. Janelle and Christine have 12 of this.
Okay. So they have 12 of his children. They have 2/3 of his family they birthed. So, and they raised each other's children. Their
Right.
children are all like 6 months apart in age from each other.
Right.
So obviously they're going to have the most in common with each other.
Except Truly, who was just spotted at a Long John Silver's asking if the breakfast menu was intact now.
John, I must be rusty because nobody's sending me any love on this live.
you are.
No one's sending me any love. I missed all you people horribly.
Send Brooklyn the love.
Super chats are sent to me. Don't forget.
And I genuinely think that Janelle and Christine are going to continue as a family unit again because of the children.
Yeah, they're also best friends at this point.
True.
You know what I mean? They are. What did you guys think of the fact that Christine actually has brothers, that we've never seen any of their extended family?
Right. And, somehow Cody felt like he was friends with the brothers, but I guess the brothers picked a side and he can't be friends with them either, too.
Oh, man.
Yeah, her one brother's a good-looking dude too,
They are all good looking.
right?
Back to the kidney.
Not to the kidneys.
I like that whole scene. I hope they do more of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they talked about, having a family reunion with the children. And, we find that the kids misheard Robin's children. And I think had Robin not inserted herself,
Yeah,
I mean,
she
we
ruined
don't know
that.
about poor Dayton. I mean, no one has mentioned Dayton in like 3
know.
years. I think
know.
he's in Coyote Pass in the treehouse with Mary.
What do you think's gonna happen with that Coyote Pass?
What the Kyle Pass, where like even after Christine leaves and they're trying to redraw it up, And Cody's like, okay, Robin, you get 35 acres, and Janelle, you
Yeah,
get
could
35
you
acres, and I get 35 acres, and Mary, you get -2.
And Mary was like, hold on. Mary was like, hold on a second. So
What
that's
the,
you-
what the
that's
fuck was with
her.
that scene right there? What was that scene
That
all
was
about?
some, you
Like,
know what?
why does Cody need his own house now and his own acreage? Because, Robin's like, oh, I'm going to pass mine down to my children. And, she did stop Cody from speaking at the tell all because she was like, nope, 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 you're not in the headspace. So, it's like, okay, and he was like, well, I have 18 children. Mary only has one.
So what does
Okay.
that even mean? She's been with you for freaking 100 years.
She was with you since like number one. So,
Like,
huh?
what does that mean? She doesn't deserve another acre because she's got one kid?
But it's like, why does Cody need his own acreage? He doesn't have to.
No, she lost. Well, Mariah lost points. We all know why. Come on.
Well, that's true.
I
So,
believe that. I believe that.
And now they're talking about, having this property for rental property, and that's all fine and wonderful, but that shouldn't go into the, division
But
of
let's
the
be honest,
assets.
though, come on.
Because Cody and Robin's name is on every single parcel of land.
But let's be honest. Why does Mary even want to build there? Why? Why would you want to build a house and live for the rest of your life next door to your ex-husband who does not want anything to do with you?
because
the
she
woman
has
that
to
he
shovel
loves.
Robin's driveway. Like, how many times do I have to say it?
I don't get it.
I think that she doesn't want to give a definite answer. And I think part of her.
Paula's saying, Janelle's gonna say, build that wall. Is what
Build
Janelle's
that
gonna say.
wall. Build that
Build that wall. Build that wall right there.
I think Mary takes a long time to come to any realization or decision.
Janelle will like hire Sandinistas to be like on the wall, like snipering people. Okay, like that's how serious.
And I think that she just
that's how
doesn't want to
serious
say.
Janelle's gonna like have it. Like it's gonna do people with berets and machine guns. Like get like that image in your head. Just think it like that type of look in your head. If paint a vivid picture,
Fort
like
Knox.
the desert, like like a lone palm
I
tree
don't get it, John. I
with
don't
one
get it.
frond, like and like with the berets on tilted and like that type of thing.
Yeah, I think that she just doesn't want to commit yet. And Janelle, of course, Janelle is very practical. She's like, we need to have this property appraised and then take it from there.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And
Because
also build
Janelle loves the
that
area.
wall.
I think Janelle loves the area. And
Robin
Janelle is like,
and Cody can stay right where they are in that humongous house they have, and they could sell Coyote Pass and call it a day.
which I think that's what they should do.
Absolutely.
I mean, we now know that they finally got it paid for, but I just, Christine said something where her and Cody, they finally she had his name on the deed with him. And then they refinanced, as Cody said. They weren't living in Flagstaff long enough to have their house refinanced. I mean, good God, they were there, what, 2 years?
I was kind of missing like Cody's like broke back mountain scenes with his guy friends. Like, we've been seeing so much of them. I was like waiting for like Jake Gyllenhaal and the posthumous Heath Ledger like to come up on a screen grab with them and be like, they're all in a tent together. And Cody's like, I can't forget you, Travis. And like, something
weird.
going on there. No?
Wait, Susie.
That hasn't crossed anyone else's mind at all. Like Cody with his little boy trips, with his boys and his brethren.
I think those boys are as weird and strange as Cody.
Oh, yeah. That's why they get along.
So Susie Q says they owe $4,000 in back taxes. What?
That wouldn't surprise me.
Wow.
Because I know in my state, if you owe back taxes for long enough, someone can come in and pay those back taxes. And guess what? That's how much they buy the property for.
No way.
Yeah.
That's definitely not here in New York.
Yeah. No,
Wow.
yeah, you could essentially pay the back taxes and go, okay, give me your house now.
Wow.
Nothing
I
they can
can't
do
forget
about
you,
it.
Bubba. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Wonky Eye Willie, was that his name? Was that remember the wonky eyed? What was his name?
What injury are they talking about of Dayton's?
Remember when Dayton, he
He
was
like launched off like
ATV.
they were riding quads. He got like launched off of it.
Yeah.
Like not recently.
No,
No,
it
that was
was
years ago.
yeah, and that's where his eye got messed up.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was somewhere between truly in the hospital. I don't
Brokeback
know if
Mountain.
it was before or after they formally married.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
So yeah. But
I just got an update on Truly. Truly just checked into the Andrews.
He's not letting this one go. It's a dog with
The
a phone.
Andrews sisters on
A dog
tour.
with a phone.
1945 medley. So that's where she is right now. Just hanging out with her girls in the USO.
You're so goofy. They all, Cody, Robin, Mary meet at Coyote Pass. And I loved how Cody just was like, okay, let's talk about the property. And I think Mary finally got a backbone and was like, okay, no, we're going to talk about this thing you don't say on camera. And he didn't like it. He was just like, no.
He's not used to her going back at him like that.
I mean, and he was like, can we concentrate on where we are versus what I've said? Okay, you are where you are based on the things you've said.
And what's the deal with Robin wearing a brand new engagement ring and Cody wearing a Rolly? Like they have the money? What?
And then they both have the matching like horse rings. His, I guess, is a stallion because he's a big stud and all. And I don't know what her ring is, but
I have to say this is going to be so mean, but I'll say it anyway.
You think that Cody has a big red dick?
Yeah.
No.
Never thought about it.
Okay,
no,
well, you know what?
He does
In
not
my
give.
defense, when we were watching that, Cody looks at me. I have a pause right now still, and he looks at me and goes, I bet Cody has like one of those great big, like big red dicks. And I'm like, you know what? I bet you're right.
I pictured him more of a boxer man than
Me too.
Black Brief.
Me too.
Not even boxer briefs. We're talking just
oh my
briefs.
god, it was so funny. I wish you guys were here.
Like Robin used to be attractive. If you look back at when they first got married and they were dating, she was cute, right?
Yeah.
And now, like, I don't care if you've gotten older, if you had some kids, so what? But now she's so frumpy. She wears things my grandma would wear, like her shirts and her slacks and everything. She's so frumpy.
Very.
Right?
Very. Yeah.
Like,
she dresses like she's 80.
Who, Robin?
Yes.
She looks like she was like dressing at the Mother of the Bride section for her Sweet 16.
Seriously, like, so I'm like, wow, my grandma actually has like one of the shirts she wore. Like, what are you doing? You're in your 40s. Why?
Yeah. And I know that she's like prefers like a more modest type of dress, but
like, okay, I've seen like Angela Lansbury as Jessica Fletcher on Mercy Road ride her bicycle and look more sexy than Robin's ever looked.
True.
Like, she was, solving murders in Cabot Cove, Maine. And you have Robin just looking 100 times worse and she's no author. And, it is what it is.
Horrible. It's horrible.
Like, you want to talk about frumpy's not the word.
I mean, the hair, it's everything.
It looked like Mary Poppins like fizzled out a little bit.
Seriously, like the hair is flat. Then she's got these little gold came.
It's like Nanny McPhee gave up.
Like what?
Like Nanny McPhee was like, listen, I gave you I stamped my umbrella down 4 times. You learned a couple of the goddamn rules, so I guess good for you. And I'm out. And good luck.
Yeah, she don't got it. She don't got it. Nope.
Seriously, like
I don't understand. And that's his big infatuation right there.
Sister Jeremy, who is my 4th grade nun, looks sexier in a full
Hotter
habit,
than Robin, huh?
in full habits with a ruler in her hand. Looked way hotter than Robin ever looked.
Crazy.
One time.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
And you know, the whole Sister Wives closet, like gaudy jewelry, just makes it like 100 times worse.
And you know,
Hey.
it was farty too. It was a little farty.
It was like Mother of the Bride, like, hi, here.
Bougie Brooklyn, those eyebrows are horrible.
She, at least in the tell-all, looked like she had a microbladed.
You think so?
It looked a little better.
Do you think that, okay, so now the tell-all, do you think that Sukanya asks?
Okay, you know who Sakanya is because we're both New Yorkers.
Yeah.
Sakanya Christian has been on like, the
WB,
news.
baby, WB.
Yeah, the WB for like at least like, you know, since I've been
Oh, I
21.
didn't realize, John, that other people wouldn't realize that.
Yeah, but like we've known Sukanya for 20 years.
Oh,
You know,
since
and Sukanya has been working like the
Yep.
worst news stations beats. Like,
I
Sukanya-
met Sukanya in the city.
she gets like the 11 o'clock traffic hour
Yep.
on the WB. Like
Yeah.
nothing like to write home about.
No, she used to be early morning for a while.
Then she got on Good Day New York for a hot minute.
I don't remember that.
Anyway, Sukanya looks tired. Is what I
Well,
want to
like,
say.
what do you think? Well, obviously,
Terrible interviewer. She
Oh.
she doesn't hold Cody's feet to the fire.
yeah, like
Because when
so
he
many
said,
tell
you
she
know, I'm
wants
guilty
that.
of not loving them. And he goes, no, it's not. I'm guilty of, what did he say? Hold on, I wrote it down.
Well, I'll tell you, she's a straight shooter. When she was on the news, she's a New Yorker. I'm shocked that she doesn't say some of the stuff that I think she should say.
Yeah. Well.
Well, listen, I just don't think she asks. Like, put me in that seat. Let me ask some of those freaking questions. I got a whole list of things I could say.
That was pretty much me. Like when we had Peyton on, I was like,
John, you
"Hey,
asked
who-
Peyton. You asked him 100 times more than she's got Cody in the hot seat. Dude, you could destroy him right now. It would make great ratings. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Because he says
You're
something
not
like,
a therapist.
you know, he says something like, you know, he was guilty of not loving them, but then goes back and, oh, no, that's not what I said. I'm guilty of not being in love
He
with
lets him
them.
get away with it. Take
Yeah.
him down. Take one.
No,
for the
you
team.
just
Give us
said
a
you
look
weren't
at her.
guilty of returning love.
I don't know. What do you guys think in the chat? Like, do you, am I right?
what are you laughing at?" Cody is in the bedroom. I hear him like laughing his ass off. It's bothering me. I know he's listening to what we're saying.
Is he
Probably laughing at your goofy self.
And I just hear him giggling. What are you laughing at? Oh my God,
Yeah.
Cody! You know what? He just told me it was Cody Brown. That's why he's beside himself.
Yes.
That and Penelope. That's the two things he's laughing at right now. But
Well, I gotta ask who this Penelope chick is. I have to know.
Oh my word.
Oh, sorry. I don't want to get off track.
No, it's like a whole
Here's
other.
the thing, guys. I'm gonna tell you right now. I have been gone from the YouTube streets for a month. So today, for like a hot 10 minutes, I tried to catch up. Didn't work. I was too busy. But I heard the name Penelope like 17 times. So I
Okay.
do need to be catched up.
I'll give you the Cliff Notes version.
oh
So
boy,
apparently, this Penelope person is behind a lot of the turmoil caused in the YouTube streets.
oh boy.
She's responsible for the spoof calling. She's responsible for the pizza deliveries, all of which John was paid.
Wait. Hold on,
Yes.
I'm coming on
And
camera.
apparently, it's okay.
Wait a minute. Stop. There's someone who came forward to YouTube to admit that she did.
And guess who is their biggest witness?
Stop. Hold on. I'm trying. Let me understand. There is a person that came on YouTube and said that she's behind all the BS
Most.
that they have been saying that John has done.
Yes.
What? So your phone must be ringing off the hook with apologies, Yates.
We're still waiting for the phone to ring.
Wait a minute. So
apparently some dude named Zeus, I don't know who Zeus is, but Zeus brought it forward because she said if he ever told anyone that she was going to go after his job. So you weren't there that night, but so like the night that Brooke had like 14 pizzas delivered from 17 different companies and her husband got pissed and he was going to whip her and John got blamed for it. Yeah, they blame John. The
and it
scoop
wasn't
calls.
John, of course.
And it wasn't John.
Because everything is John. We know that.
Right.
John's
And
fault.
Maria says that Brooke shouldn't be angry with Penelope.
She should. This woman sent 17 pizzas to her house, made her fight with her husband, and of course Maria says that she shouldn't be angry. Keep your anger pointed at John, Brooke.
Right.
See with hating John. Don't worry. Don't worry about what this woman did. Just point it at John because I hate him.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did Brooke apologize to John?
No.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some shit, huh?
She made a blanket
Ain't it?
apology
Ain't it though?
and then like retracted
Ain't
it.
it?
I
Ain't it some
am,
shit?
I am literally sitting in it right now. I cannot believe this.
And then Brooke says, "Oh, I'm not. Why should I have to apologize? John did this. If Brooke wants to go tit for tat with me with who shot John first, I'd be happy to do it with her.
Well, if Brooke is
But like we were playing trivia that night. We were having a good old time, and they all had to put it. Oh my God, John! Let's all hate on John Yates and ruin his life because he's calling my husband right now and screwing my husband. And now I don't believe if my husband is talking to him really on the side or in the front or in the back or whatever. But I don't know."
So she said all that, and then she finds out it was not you calling her husband; it was someone else.
And she's yeah.
She says, as a woman, she's a straight shooter. She says when she's wrong. When she has to apologize, she does. So even if there's a million other things that you did wrong, but this one was proven that you did not do, she
Right.
should apologize for this now
By her friend.
publicly.
Mm-hmm.
By her own friend.
Right.
Blown. My
Yeah.
mind is blown.
Mm-hmm. And I got so much hate for that. And then the next day I got swatted from the same spoof calls that, Penelope took credit for.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 days later, I got the police called to my house again because
Maria
I
thing,
showed the proof that I never called any of these people.
and Maria,
Well, it was Penelope, which the proof showed. I showed from my Verizon records. It wasn't me calling anybody. And yeah.
so Maria, if I'm gonna, well, let me just guess. Maria is probably so mad that this Penelope woman exists, and
Oh no, she's defending her.
I knew it. That was my next word. I was gonna say she's probably so pissed that this woman admitted to things because she so wanted.
Brooklyn girl, wait,
They-
get ready for this. They admitted that Penelope told Maria that she was already spoofing people,
And she did nothing.
and she did nothing.
Because it's
And
not.
but Maria didn't know the night when Penelope was spoofing me and Jason, Brooke's husband, going back and forth. Maria had no idea that one time, that one night that
Maria is
was happening.
friend. If Maria
Right.
is really truly Brooke's friend, shouldn't she be just as angry at this Penelope woman?
No, she was defending her.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I don't feed into this BS on YouTube. Because
And now Brooke tonight was live. Saying,
that's
okay,
why-
Penelope, take the link, but she found a way to talk about everybody but Penelope.
Right.
during our lives.
You. If someone came to her with the proof right now that that was you, it would be the next live. Your name would be across the screen, and
Yeah,
she'd be
proof or no
announcing it
proof.
proudly.
Right.
It's
But then
only
they were too
okay.
focused on John being in there, and he had went live for like literally 10 minutes before this, like, and was just like, I can't believe this is happening. And of course they're talking about me, they're talking about John. It's like,
Because still, like when Penelope's saying it's me, I'm doing it. I made the Craigslist ads. I called the pizza. I
Mhm.
did the spoof calls.
I
Just saying it out loud.
Without you even saying it, I'm going to take a shot in the dark. I haven't watched anything, but I could hear it now. No, Brooke, don't be mad at her. That was probably only one thing. John did a million things.
Well,
Stay
no,
mad at
this
him.
other person named Lynn.
Stay mad at him.
According to Maria, it's this person named Lynn, who I have no idea who that person is.
no one knows who Lynn is. Just Lynn.
Penelope and Zeus. These are the three, people who should be guilty. But Penelope was the one firing the shot every time. She was the one making the call. She was doing everything.
John, you're never going to get an
No,
apology.
I know. That's why it's just it's crazy that these same people are still saying, oh, we're the bad people, but your lies are coming out in front of your faces, and you're still gonna go down with that sinking ship. It's beyond me. I just don't understand it.
A little vindicated in your truth, because we are labeled as minions and all that for being friends with you, and I just hope that you feel vindicated in that, because I'm sure these words are going to be spun right now, and the next live will be
They
like,
always
oh,
are.
yeah, Brooklyn girl, well, he did this and he did this, but you know what he didn't do? He didn't do that.
Right.
You know what?
Paul.
The opinion of somebody who is evading court, and if I'm this horrible person that she claims that I am, should have no problem showing up in court and facing me.
No problem.
So, the opinion of that person who is going to avoid it for as long as she can means nothing to me.
Claims that she just goes online and crochets. Boy, there's a lot of dramas around that woman.
Yep. People have legitimately found a petition to get her off Facebook.
They've done that to John too, but you know
Oh,
what?
I know, but it's like,
You know what the difference is? John says what's up. She says that she's just a woman on YouTube crocheting and talking about shows. I've never heard her talk about a show, not once, ever in my life.
they've been recently covering Beverly Hills.
Oh,
I haven't tuned in.
wicked. Wicked.
I speak of the truth.
I just feel happy that John was vindicated. And I think that Brooke, I don't know Brooke from a hole in the wall, but I think that if nothing else, even if there's a million things you don't like about John, for that, you should apologize to him.
Yeah, and she couldn't even say it. She could not even. Nope.
And I'm not saying a word bad about you, Brooke. I don't know you, and I'm sure
Right.
you have your issues, and I get it.
Well, John did this, and then John, but what I did to Brooke was warranted, and what Brooke did to me, when Brooke said stuff like what she did to me that night, saying I was the one calling her husband. I was doing trivia. We were having fun that night, and they were on a separate live, and I guess they got bored. So there we go. Let's start spoofing back and forth. And Maria knew that. What's her name? Penelope spoofed, but Maria didn't know that one time.
What kind of friend are you? Telling your friend.
And she had all these people coming at me with spears, saying I'm bothering her husband. I'm calling her husband in the middle of the night, and I was saying I have nothing to do with this, and they were all he's lying. Look, we have the proof. No proof was ever shown, and the proof was Penelope saying last night, "Oh, that was me."
Mm-hmm.
Well, they want receipts. That's a receipt. The girl's telling you it's her. She's telling you.
But then at one point, Maria was live with Brooke, but they weren't fighting. They talk like that all the time. But Brooke did suddenly drop down and then she came back. And like they're not talking like you and I are right now. They're screaming at each other, but that's okay because they talk like that all the time. They're still
No,
friends.
because Brooke said that like that she lost faith in our marriage because she thought that me and her husband were actually texting each other.
Whoa. So
Yeah.
hold on. Wait, okay.
You know, that's what Brooke said.
Hold on. So from what I'm gathering from what you're saying, this caused an issue in this woman's marriage.
Yeah.
To the point the one night that the pizzas kept coming, her husband was going to get violent with her.
And Penelope knew that and kept
But that's
sending
okay
them,
because
which
you know,
is the person
good
that Maria is
friends.
not
Yeah.
Maria's
Good
defending.
friends I want to make sure that your husband's going to beat your ass tonight because
Whoa.
he's
These
so
are people.
enraged.
Penelope is friends with Brooke to her face. She's texting Brooke, "Oh my God, I'm here for you." At the same time, sending the pizzas to her house, and then texting her
Holy
10 seconds later saying, "Are you okay?" And then sending 10 more pizzas the next second.
Well, I have to say one thing. Let me just get this out. So, from what I just gathered from everything you just told me, you've done a lot to Brooke. Brooke's done a lot to you. But this situation that happened that night affected Brooke's marriage.
No. I've done a lot to Brooke in response to what she's done to me
No, but
because
Brooke- yes, I
Brooke decided to, like, you know, when the schism happened, she stayed low for a week trying to figure out which way she was going to go.
But wait, what I'm trying to say is this, aside from all that, this night with the pizzas and her husband, this sounds like something that really affected her family.
Yeah, it did.
So this sounds like a serious event. Do you understand what I'm trying?
Mm-hmm.
Like this story sounds like, listen, things happen on YouTube, but when something like that happens that causes husband and wife to fight and it causes turmoil in the house, that's a big thing. They have children, right?
Right.
So
But
this
here's the thing,
woman-
Brooklyn, it wasn't me or anyone
I know.
associated with me. That's the thing. They're all saying this was me doing it to them or one of my friends. It was them, their inner circle doing it to
Right.
themselves
That's-
because even within their own limits, they're bored with each other and they don't care.
But what
She was the
That's the sad
pizza
part.
bandit.
I'm trying to say is that is a bad situation that
Right.
this woman Penelope caused. And she blamed something so bad and something that could affect her marriage on you, John.
Yeah.
Right.
For that, she should, as a woman, apologize publicly to you.
She
That's
won't.
the right thing to do. And how could someone like Maria, who they say they're so close friends, how could she not say to Brooke, "You're right, this Penelope is awful"? How could she defend her even for 1 second?
Right. Because this Zeus person released all the DMs because I don't know why, but I only got the gist of Penelope was behind a lot of the turmoil going down on YouTube and pretending to be everyone's friend and support system. But it's still John's fault.
That's why. And it's going to be okay with Maria because she's probably pissed this woman Penelope came out.
Right.
She probably loved that they blame John for this.
Yes. Now, keep in mind, as video said, there was a report of domestic violence earlier this year between Brooke and Jason. It was in the paper.
So this story made it so much worse.
Right.
That's a big deal, Wicked.
And that's your friend, Brooke, not mine.
Right.
Deal, Wicked.
I mean, that'd be like Brooklyn doing that to my face, like Brooklyn being like, "John, I got you," and then Brooklyn going to, like, you know, say Maria and saying, "Oh my God, I'm gonna give you," you know, like that. That's
Right.
like a level of like fuck uppery that like I can't even explain.
I think that Maria's hate for you, John, comes before the right thing to do in that friendship because she should admit that this woman is horrible and that she screwed over Brooke, and Brooke is Maria's friend, and that, you know, she doesn't want that to happen because she wants the hate to be on.
Right. But nothing's going to come in between that community because they're a strong, tight bond. Okay.
No, I don't care how tight of a bond. Husband and wife have a tighter bond, and
Right.
wife and husband.
Like I love you guys and I love this chat. Y'all ain't gonna cause me no.
Exactly.
No.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Talking about sister wives, this is way more interesting.
But yeah, so that was the gist of it.
So how are things panning out from that? How long ago was that?
This was last night.
Oh my god, it was just last night?
Yeah. Like yesterday, I think it happened.
Wow.
I know the live where Brooke and Maria were getting into it was last night because she did 2 lives and it's the second live.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Maria would be getting into it with Brooke at all. Like why?
Because
Why does
Maria wanted everybody to like forgive Penelope for
why?
spoofing.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why
And
would
Brooke for like,
Wait,
you know,
Brooke?
one minute of her sad existence, like grew a backbone and was like, no, like she tried to ruin my life, which Brooke was right for. And but yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But in that live, did Brooke at all say like it wasn't John, it was her, and I have to apologize to John?
No, she made some blanket apology. Well, I'm sorry to everybody I accuse of doing that. Like
But
that's what she said.
John, she specifically accused you.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So crazy.
Oh, I know.
These are some crazy streets of YouTube.
Running from the police.
How did she come from? Like the bushes? Like
Yeah,
why
I don't.
all this?
Sophie was live today and I was behind and I was trying to get caught up on it, but then I was also working and it was just a little cray-cray.
Well, that was some super interesting 411 for me tonight, guys.
Was there anything that we missed on Sister Wives that we need to address?
Crazy town.
At the reunion?
No, I mean, Cody admits that he was very angry and he's going back to say, you know, he wasn't in love, but he wanted a plural family. Janelle loved the idea of him, but over the years, they did fall in love with each other. When he met Robin, he just wept for joy.
Wait, I don't want to, I have to interrupt you. What about the best thing when they defined the piece of meat thing, or when they were talking about, you know, Janelle just wanting him as a piece of meat? I'm like,
I had to laugh at that because, like, her giggle.
Oh man!
Like, what an ego crusher!
Give me a break.
I was a piece of petite sirloin to them.
And she was like, yeah, no, not that much.
Like, what do you think you are?
Thank you, Wicked.
You know what?
Wicked.
I have to get my girl.
Oh man.
But, you know, I think it's just interesting because Cody never wants to admit that Robin changed the dynamic of the family. You know, he says he wants to work things out with Janelle, but he doesn't do anything to reconcile. You know, he doesn't even want Mary around to shovel the driveway, but Robin still does.
She's out. He'll pay somebody to get her ass out of there.
But I mean, you know, just admit, like, you know what? I have a different relationship with Robin than I do with the others.
Driveway. That shit will fucking thaw out before like April.
Robin is way more in love with Mary than Cody ever was. How about that?
Yeah.
She's way more in love with Mary than Cody ever was.
I think because
real at that picnic table.
Yeah, I think because Mary, you know, Mary was like so gung-ho for her to come into the family, where Janelle and Christine were a little bit more reserved. I mean, she was like, come on, let's go get her. And, you know, she even said, you know, Mary's been her biggest advocate for years and years and years.
I don't know why. I
You know
don't know.
why? Was there like some like light scissoring going on? You think maybe?
I don't know.
Possibly.
There's something, John. There's a little something because the way listen to me right now. When I saw her cry at that picnic table when Mary said she was leaving, there's a little something going on there. Just a little something.
I think it's because, Mary wasn't a threat to her.
I don't know, Wicked.
She isn't. She's not a threat to her.
Love there, if you know what I mean.
Leon is kind of like Dayton. He's not even, they are not even mentioned anymore.
In the picture. Not even
And-
invited to Coyote Pass.
And then Cody feels like they should split the property 5 ways. Okay, well, split it 4 ways, and because
I have like
rental income.
I just breaking news. I just got the deed to Coyote Pass, and I have 4 more acres than Mary has right now on the deed. John Yates gets 4.5 acres. Mary Brown gets 0.5. That just came in.
0.555.
So now I have more acreage than Mary and
It don't take much, John.
She might even have
She got a dot
she's
You can swim
she
in
gets
the
a
lake.
tree.
in a while.
She gets a big tree that can support a tree house.
She could swim once in a blue in the lake. When that
It's just in Mary just only has the dried up lake now. The circle that was the dried up lake is now Mary's only claim to Coyote Pass.
one little fish in the dried up lake.
Yes.
That's funny. Oh wait, hold on. What did Susie wait.
And when the last bloom of the rose falls is when Cody Brown will just
Oh really?
events.
She said that? I'm sorry, I'm going back to this crap. She
Yeah.
said, I don't hate John any less. Oh, okay. All right. Well, how about you could say I still hate John, but sorry, John Yates, I was wrong.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? What had just happened?
That annoyed me.
Susie said it wasn't John, but she didn't apologize and said, I don't hate John any less. And I'm assuming
That's
she
fine.
was talking about Brooke.
You don't hate me any more or less, but you're still wrong. I
You
mean,
can
like,
hate him all you want. You can hate him from here to Kingdom Come, but you know what you need to say? I'm sorry for accusing you of hurting my marriage, John, because it wasn't you. It was Penelope. Okay?
Because around this time, Brooke also got swatted and blamed John.
yeah.
That's
Which
enough
spook calls?
guys for.
Yeah, for something he did
You
not do.
have a wrong night tonight, guys. I'm getting twisted over here about this shit.
But
You missed a whole lot. You missed.
I'm back.
Yes.
I'm back. This is let me tell you, these people got some nerve. They
yeah.
like to point their little fingers. They point them right across YouTube.
Oh,
Look at
Maria
this.
evaded court again on in our last court date. You were away, so that happened again twice now. Strike 2.
She's never showing up. Let me tell you, for someone who wants to get rid of you so bad, this would be a gift to her. A restraining order should be a gift.
Yeah.
Well, she's only a truth teller. And,
Yeah, Stella, yeah. Okay.
for someone who has nothing to hide and hasn't done anything wrong.
Miss Innocence.
And, hold on, she hasn't been served. That doesn't mean that it hasn't been attempted.
You, as much as I know my name, the next live will be about you being dumb and me being rich and an idiot and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? I could care less. The bottom line is when right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't care what goes on. When you accuse someone and then proof or evidence comes out and shows.
I mean, she was bansheeing me that night. Like, you
Then
call
you-
my husband, you're gonna die. Like, it was
Question.
graphic.
Let me ask you a question. In this live that you say that Maria and Brooke did last night, in that live, when it came out that John was not the one to do that, did Maria admit? Did she say
No.
words?
No,
I knew
No.
it because she can't.
no.
Because she
Not
can't.
one person.
Because she.
Not a singular person said, wow, we all blame John for that.
That's something.
One.
And I'm not talking bad about them. I don't know them, but I'm simply saying again, when you accuse someone of something so horrible and then the truth comes out and it vindicates that person, at least just admit it. Be
And
adult
it's like, the
enough.
person has like nothing to do with me. It's their own friend that did it to them. Like, make that make sense. Like, if it was someone like who, like, was like, who did it, like who I was friends with.
Let's say
Okay.
he
I had no idea they were doing. Like, I'd be like, okay, that's fucked up. But like, it was somebody who was their own friend, their own confidant, their own, their own. So like,
that should make it hurt more. It wasn't just your friend on your team, someone you trusted.
I think it's sad that their hatred for John, like they don't like you because you're friends with John. They don't like me because I'm friends with
That's
John.
fine.
I have never called them anything
Don't
but
even
their
know.
names. And yet they talk about my looks. They call me names. I've never called Ann Turkey Teeth. I've never called Maria Momo.
And I'm not going to be mean in saying this. I'm just going to be very honest. I don't want to say any names, but she has no right talking about anyone's looks. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to be mean because I don't believe in that. But no woman should be up there at that age putting down another woman's looks. That's dangerous.
And I'm just like, you know what? You don't occupy as much space in my head as I do yours. So you can keep talking. I don't care.
It's a crappy situation because let me tell you, I've been in that situation in my life where I said A and B happened. And you know what? Be a woman and admit that it was B, not A. And say what you got to say.
I told John earlier, I'm like, if I'm the kind of friend that puts you in physical harm and you don't come clean about it and like, oh my God, no, stop. You're a shitty friend.
Yeah. Listen, they don't need to be his friend. He doesn't need any of them as his friend. But when you put something in the universe,
Well, they're not mine.
when you put something in the universe like that, just be woman enough to take it back. That's all. That's all.
Like any of John's subs in this chat, they go after them simply because they support John and they're in this chat.
convert them.
I have never once, correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes I say things, but I have never once come on this live and talked malice about any of them, ever.
No.
I've commented on their looks, their
Correct.
personality, their lives, ever. And I won't. I will never do that. But right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah, well,
That's it.
That's something that they, fall short of. That type of logic is,
It's ridiculous. I mean, you and I are supposedly mindless people who,
Right.
but yet,
It's a big world out there, Wicked. Like,
oh no, but here's what I was thinking about the other day. Okay. So if tomorrow I started believing everything Maria said, how does that affect her life?
I don't
What
know.
is she going to go? Yay! Finally, she believes me. Is she going to die happy?
I'm going to tell you what happened. You would text her or whatever it is, and you would tell her, you know what? I believe everything you say about John. And then she'll get excited because that night she'll make a live, in her eyes, vindicating herself that another person went against John. And she would like that because it would put it in his face. And it's a tit for tat situation. It's like
I know, but it's like, are you going to die happy that, you changed my mind?
I don't know. It's sad. I just told you I got back from a month of traveling. There's a big world out there. There's a big world out there. And the stuff they focus on, there's a lot going on in this world. A lot of bad and some good.
Yeah, I'm like,
Focused on here. Literally, it's pathetic.
I mean, I sit back, I watch, I listen. John hasn't ever done anything to me.
Me neither.
So,
Back, watch, and listen.
Me neither. I have a mind of my own.
why should I hate him and or Cody based on what he did to other people? It's
Times. I'm really shocked by this whole story, but thanks for filling me in. It's
It's like
Night, Paula.
people wonder like why like I get upset and like when people are lying like
Yeah.
that, i.e. Brooke saying like I was calling your husband, that which and they get what they want. Then I go live and I'm fuming because I'm like I don't know what you're
because you want to defend yourself.
especially that night I was live already, because I guess they were bored and needed some action and
Yeah.
and then
we
wonder
were,
why I get
But did
upset.
you know it wasn't you? Like, didn't
we
the-
were playing games that night. Like your niece, or was it your sister, was the host, and then Teddy, your niece had to drop down. The sister had to drop down, and then Teddy came up and was the host.
Yeah.
but didn't her husband know it wasn't John? Like, didn't he know that? Did she not believe him?
I
She
don't
said
know.
it made him doubt what Jason was telling her.
Thought her husband was lying to her. Wow,
I thought Teddy was there. I remember that.
interesting.
But it's just like, what kind of friend is that? I don't want to
Well,
be your friend.
At least the people that support John and love John, his followers, his subscribers, at least they get to hear the truth and to know that the person that they follow is the person that they follow. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent, I have always known John to tell the truth, even
You don't want to fucking
to
hear
his
it.
own detriment.
Yeah, I mean, it just there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and when you have people as so skilled at lying, I'm sorry, I'm trying to eat something right now. I'm sorry.
Hi, Teddy. I
Um,
haven't got to talk to you in a while.
as these people who will make you believe anything they throw at you, it's a lot. I know I'm not making these spook calls. I know it's not me. And I guess I'll play that live where Lily was walking
You should.
step by step how she taught Terry Lynn how to do it, because I know it's just not Penelope doing the spoof calls. I've known that since I've known that TL has always had a hand in it, because I picked up the phone when Terry Lynn was calling me from a spoof number once, and I just picked up the phone out of aggravation, and it was her on the other side of the line.
I
And I
can't.
go,
The grown women making spoof calls. Like, don't you have stuff to do? I barely had time to do this live tonight. Wicked, John, you guys know. Like, don't they have stuff to do?
and
Apparently
they're
not.
texting me, and I block them, and I mean, I'm blocking like 10 different texting calls, at once, and they're making new phone numbers as fast as I can block them.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The obsession is real.
But no one sees that, and they see
And
like
to,
me,
you know.
Well, we do.
I have a reason to, because I'm not doing the stuff that I got blamed for, oh, look how when Maria's my friend, look how Maria acts. Oh, she's doing it for John. Look how Brooke acts. She's doing it for John. Look, and look how they act. Yeah, look how they act.
Yeah.
That's them.
Well, again, I know you're not going to get an apology for that, John. I mean, maybe you will. I don't know, Brooke.
No, I don't care.
Maybe she had to sit in it, but regardless, it doesn't matter. Again, I'm glad that came out for you, and I'm glad that your followers and subscribers know who you are, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, it
At the end of
just,
the day, that's really all that matters. Those who care for you and love you know the truth, and that's that.
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
I hope that we get to do a lot more lives again now that are we going to get back on track, guys?
hopefully.
Yeah.
Right?
John,
I keep saying that we are, and either I get sick or I get something else happens.
Oh.
But yeah.
I feel like you were sick the whole time I was away, right?
pretty much.
All of November, I've been just out.
Oh my God.
He had Rona part 2 and now his twofers.
Well, I will say that, and I notice a lot of people are not in the chat that we usually get in here, but I will tell you that I don't know about other states, but New York is rampant. RSV, pneumonia, and COVID rampant. Everyone is sick.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
And Italy was the same. Italy is Everyone was sick. Lots of COVID in Italy.
Wow.
I'm just happy I scaved away without anything.
I think it's just, the point where COVID is like going to be the flu.
It's dead cold. But it takes you out. It takes you out of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not been a good month to me. November has
Tired, and what I'm hearing from my clients is like even for weeks after they're tired and they're foggy.
Yeah. Like Teddy was super sick. She thought she had, and she said this in one of the lives, so I hope I'm not oversharing, but she said she thought she had shingles and it wasn't. And she even says, she was hospitalized for a week and was very
I'm a
sick.
big friend. Teddy and I talk all the time, but I've been away for a month. I haven't spoke to anyone. I have to connect with her.
Yeah, Cody had shingles.
I remember that.
It actually ended up not being shingles, and I can't remember what it was, but I mean, she was very sick and very life or death.
What?
Yeah.
And my girl's okay?
They thought she had Lyme disease, but it ended up being a staph infection.
Oh my God, my mother almost died of a staph infection.
Yeah.
No joke.
So,
Jesus Christ. Whoa.
but she pulled through. She got medical attention.
God.
She's still our same goofy, lovable Teddy that we love. Because what is this world without Goofy Teddy?
That's it. We need her.
And I called her and I'm like, you can't. No, I need my Goofy Teddy.
Jesus. Lots going on, huh?
Yeah.
So they said Lyme disease spread to my brain, and so they did a lumbar puncture and a CT scan of the brain.
On a message.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're healthy, John, somewhat. I'm very happy that Teddy is healthy. Very happy, thank God. And I'm happy that this news came out because I feel like, why not?
Now, if we could just get the RO in effect.
That would be great. Everybody say a prayer.
Yeah, it's like light your candles.
All right, everybody, have a good night. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.